So Larry, thank you. Thanks for coming, dude. I appreciate you being willing to come check this out with us because, us being introduced in a business setting for one, and then the evolution of the relationship we built, and then for you to say, yeah, hell yeah, I'll go hunting with you. That's huge. I really appreciate it, and I wasn't certain if you'd take on the task, but we tend to ask people a lot of different things, and one of the things we're putting out there to people is that we want to get them out of their comfort zone. With you having a background of military and of course the SEAL teams on top of that, I didn't know how to get you out of your comfort zone. So my question is, did we get close?
Yes, but I would say in an unexpected way.
How was it unexpected?
Yeah, tell us that.
So being out in the field with a bunch of what I've come to consider good, solid guys doing hard things with an air of danger. I mean, literally this morning a moose attacked the camp, right? Is like, that's my comfort zone. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where I came from. That was what gave me purpose in life. And any chance I have to have that is awesome. But where I got out of my comfort zone was in what I would consider lack of planning. Like, just lack of organization, lack of planning is just not what I'm used to when I'm doing hard things in risky areas with a bunch of well-suited guys to do it. Like, so that was it. I mean, full on triggered post-traumatic stress episode, which was here, really? Which was like full on the worst I've had in 5-6 years.
That was before the trip?
After the first call.
After the first call on our Zoom call, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, full-blown post-traumatic stress. But what really triggered me wasn't even that. What was interesting, that started it, but what triggered me was, and this was an interesting thing for me, how much gear equals life to me. Mm-hmm. Like, having gear was safety in life. It's like having a whoopee or a little, like my stuffed animal. Like, if I don't have my gear, I feel not safe. So it was an interesting thing. The lack of planning an organization ahead of time caused me, and knowing that I had no control of it because I wasn't in charge, which is rare, right? Mm-hmm. For me, normally I'm in charge, and I couldn't do anything about it. So then, I'll just rely on my skill sets, which I bring, but in order to execute those skill sets, I need a certain amount of gear, and all my personal gear is locked in a warehouse in Florida that I couldn't get to. And we're doing something that I don't know, I'm not really good at, right? I've hunted whitetail a couple times in Minnesota in my friend's cabin, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's an area, it's not well planned and managed from what I could tell. It's an environment that is dangerous that I don't know. It's in an activity that I don't really know that well. And I don't have any of my personal gear. And that was after that call when I realized I didn't have the gear. I didn't even know what gear I needed. I didn't know how to assess if it was going to be good or bad gear or not. And I walked upstairs and I walked downstairs and I got in the kitchen and it's interesting with all the work I've done to get out of my post-traumatic stress that I felt that it was here. And I was like, oh shit, I feel like I'm going to die. And it was interesting because post-traumatic stress is when you're living in the past, mm-hmm. right? And I look around and I'm in my kitchen. I know I'm not going to die. I know there's no threat to me right now.
Don't even have to go on the trip.
Yeah, there's no threat to me right now. Mm-hmm. Yet I felt absolutely like I was going to die. I'm like, oh shit, I'm having a post-traumatic stress episode for what is an opportunity of a lifetime, right? To go hunt moose in Alaska. And so it was really interesting with the work that I've done, to be able to realize that, oh, okay, what I'm experiencing right now is not real. It's real, like the experience is real, but the neurochemical response does not match up with the environment. Mm-hmm. That's the dissonance that's there. And it was, so I got to work through it, right? Throughout that day I worked through it. And
so it was a good thing.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, because it showed me, one, how far it comes, because I used to live in that state all the time when I was struggling post my SEAL experience.
Fresh out of the teams,
that was just all day. Yeah, all day long. I felt like I was going to die all day long, and I was ready to kill anything that moved anywhere, anything around me.
And I'm sleeping right next to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and what was interesting was as soon as we landed in Anchorage and I was with a group of guys, I was completely calm. Like, I haven't had one instance of a raised heart rate since we got
Even
here,
with the lack of
moving.
planning and the changes from
Oh
then
no, it
till
didn't
now.
matter because I'm here.